Green country lanes, amazing coastlines and miles of golden sands.
It's the very best of Britain, with a distinctly continental flavour.
A dazzling combination of culture, heritage and beauty. We're getting away from it all in style on the islands of Guernsey. Hello, I'm Amy Garcia and welcome to another edition of Britain's Best Breaks, the show where we help you to make all the right decisions when planning that relaxing getaway. This time we're on the fabulous islands of Guernsey.
Guernsey's island life encapsulates all the elements that go towards making a perfect holiday. Sun, sea and sand, great hotels, restaurants and visitor attractions. I'm Graham Bell and we'll be showing you the very best of everything to help you plan that perfect break.
Getting here is easy, by ferry from Poole, Weymouth or Portsmouth, or you can always get a direct flight from most major UK airports, taking between 40 to 90 minutes. So Guernsey's good life is a lot nearer than you think. The warm waters of the Gulf Stream provide Guernsey with a temperate climate. Getting around here is easy. You could either hire a car, but the 50p bus service is ideal. There's a lot to see and do, so let's get started. Fort Grace stands on Guernsey's rocky west coast near the infamous Hanois Reefs, site of many historic shipwrecks. The museum is housed in an 1804 small Metello tower, known locally as the Cup and Saucer because of its shape. Restored in 1976, it now tells the story of Guernsey's numerous shipwrecks with salvaged artefacts and illustrations. In 1855, the great French romantic poet, writer and painter Victor Hugo was victimized for his republican sympathies by France's new emperor Napoleon III. Exiled from France, Hugo found a new home in Guernsey, where he lived and worked until 1870. Here at his home, number 38 Hauteville, he wrote some of his greatest works, including Les Miserables. Now you can visit his home at St. Peter Port through the courtesy of its present owners, the City of Paris.
Opened in 1966, the German Occupation Museum tells us what life was like in Guernsey when the Germans took over between 1940 to 1945. There are many atmospheric features, including the military room, equipment room, civilian room, prison, occupation kitchen, with a full-size occupation street scene. With the displays and dioramas, audio-visual technology is used to convey the experiences of the islanders during the most demanding period of the island's history.
From the camouflage of wartime to the vibrant colours of nature takes only one small step here on Guernsey, and if you like flowers, you're in for a real treat. On a 3-acre site at St. Sampson's in the north of the island, the Guernsey Freesia Centre demonstrates how these beautiful flowers are grown under glass. Local conditions mean that the flowers can be grown here throughout the year. Annually, over 2 million flowers are sent throughout the world to over 100,000 eager customers. In the former stable buildings of Salmarez Park, the National Trust of Guernsey's Folk Museum contains a fascinating collection of farm implements as well as exhibitions of Victoriana, furniture, china, household equipment and costumes set out in a series of furnished rooms. The Living Museum gives you the chance to see what life was like on Guernsey. The courtyard buildings house farm implements, horse-drawn vehicles and examples of the stonemason's skills. Exhibitions, shops, tea rooms and children's playgrounds are also featured.
Standing guard over St. Peter Port Harbour, Castle Cornet bears the scars of many historical events. It was a defence against the French after 1204 and has been a Guernsey icon for over 8 centuries. Today, with its portcullis and noonday gun, it houses museums telling the castle's story, and those of the 201 Squadron of the RAF, the Royal Guernsey Militia, and the island's maritime history.
If you fancy a little offshore exploration, remember that Guernsey is just one of a group of islands. So one of the joys of a break like this is the chance to enjoy a spot of island hopping.
The first destination on our island hopping tour is Alderney, full of bygone charm, a haven of peace with enticing restaurants and welcoming pubs. It has the Bailiwick's only standard gauge passenger railway, fabulous beaches and a 9-hole golf course. Because of its numerous fortifications, Alderney has earned itself the nickname the Gibraltar of the Channel Islands.
Forget about the car on the peaceful island of Sark. This is a motor-free environment where you have a choice of riding a bike, a tractor, horse-drawn carriage or using your own 2 feet. Sark is actually 2 islands, Big Sark and Little Sark, joined by La Coupée, a 150-yard isthmus. With its lush gardens, secluded bays and hidden valleys, this is the ultimate getaway.
At 1.5 miles long by 1.5 miles wide, Herm, only 20 minutes by ferry, is Guernsey Bailiwick's smallest island. It has a well-regarded family-run hotel, the award-winning Shell Beach and Belvoir Bay. You'll enjoy its pastel-painted village and there's 2 cosy pubs. If you're planning to really get away from it all, then Herm is an island where the word escape has true meaning.
Being geographically closer to France than mainland Britain, Guernsey's history has often been linked with our European neighbours, so you'll find continental connections all over the islands.
Saumarez Manor has been home to the Seigneurs de Saumarez for centuries. The elegant facade is one of Britain's finest examples of Queen Anne colonial architecture. The title Seigneur is of French origin, meaning lord or fief, and the current Seigneur, Peter de Saumarez, lives here with his family. And when you tour the manor, he'll be your guide. You'll hear the name Saumarez all over Guernsey. One famous branch of the family included the distinguished Admiral James Saumarez, Nelson's second in command at the Battle of the Nile. In the Tudor barn, you can see the ancient skill of metalworking and buy the traditional Guernsey milk can. Art is a major attraction at the manor. The art park features 250 works of sculpture by over 90 artists from around the world. If you've got green fingers, then this, the exotic woodland garden, is a must. There's plenty to occupy the children, and for golfers, there's a 460-metre, 9-hole par 3 course. You may even meet one of the manor's ghosts. And if all that's got you feeling a little peckish, you can stop off at the Lakeside Cafe for a little snack. La Valette Tunnel was constructed in 1861 for a road extension which was never finished. The Germans used it as part of their defences during the occupation. However, today it's been put to dramatic use as the Guernsey Aquarium, a visitor attraction where you can see all kinds of marine life. There are over 47 different displays, including local sea fish, European freshwater and tropical fish, and all kinds of marine creatures.
When it's time for a spot of retail therapy, how about an afternoon browsing in Guernsey's bustling St. Peter Port? And don't forget, in Guernsey there's no VAT to pay. Food and fine dining are very important on the Isles of Guernsey. During April, restaurants compete for the island's coveted Restaurant Awards. July is dominated by the annual Seafood Festival, and if you come in October and November, there's the Tenner Fest, when you can try the menus of various restaurants for just £10.
In St. Peter Port's Candy Gardens, art and history come together at the Guernsey Museum and Art Gallery. The natural and human history of the islands is displayed in a series of fascinating exhibitions. The museum features regular displays of fine art.
With its European atmosphere and wonderful scenery, Guernsey is one of those places where you fall into the holiday spirit the minute you step ashore. As well as the thrill of walking along Guernsey's cliff tops, you can take a guided walk through the hidden corners and passageways in the island's ancient streets, where privateers, poets and adventurers have all left their mark. Yes, Guernsey's one of those places you'll not want to leave in a hurry. We're sure you've found the Isles of Guernsey and all of its attractions as enticing as we have. Remember, you can revisit all of the places we've seen today on our website. We'll be seeing you again soon when Britain's Best Breaks will take you to another great holiday location where, as always, the choice is yours.
So Guernsey really does have it all. Great climate, superb beaches and marvellous places to stay and eat. And don't forget, all our shows are available to watch again on DVD. So until the next time on Britain's Best Breaks, from Guernsey, it's au revoir.